Sorry, Megatron, you're old news. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the new hotness. And that is Tyrannosaurus Warrior. Now, you might think I got this off of AliExpress. Well, no, I didn't. I actually bought this over at Amazon. That's right, $30 over at Amazon will yield you a Tyrannosaurus Warrior. I'm sorry, Tyrannosaurus Warrior. This purple boy is a lot bigger than what we ended up with this guy. I'll do some size comparisons later in the video. I can't argue with the way it looks. The robot mode looks really good. A little plain on the back, but once you get the figure turned around, it looks really, really good. And I love the bright green kneecaps and then the thingy here at the end of his tail weapon. It's a really impressive figure. It ain't perfect, but it's somehow more enjoyable than this guy. Top to bottom, this is definitely a Beast Wars Megatron very big homage. It's almost exact, except for that head sculpt. Good lord, what is with that face sculpt? It's like a combination between a unicorn, Optimus Prime, and a mistake. It's so weird. I mean, it's missing a mouth. Bright red evil eyes. I don't know. It's just the weirdest head sculpt I've seen in a while. It would be Genericon if the rest of the figure wasn't molded so well. The T-Rex head is molded incredibly well. Those teeth are beautifully painted. The clearish red eyes, the silver paint. I mean, just the molding on it. I mean, that's an evil looking chest if I ever saw one. Even the tail weapon has decent molding. I mean, even the legs are nicely molded. The chest is well molded. I mean, the feet and the legs, everything about this figure screams somebody thought about this and really delivered in the aesthetics department. What they also delivered was some decent weapons that can both be unpegged. Though they do peg in rather tight, I do have an issue with this hinge on the tail because, good grief, that is very loose, but it's not a screw. It's a plastic ratchet, which is just odd. And yes, the thingy does move like that. Let me see something here. Oh, it does open and close like a gnarly piece of scissors. I just didn't bother to really try it before. Anywho, yeah, there's a screw in there you could tighten. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe the reason I couldn't move it was because that screw was so tight before. But yes, now it opens, it closes, it grabs fools. Yeah, that works. And it pegs into the forearm right here. See? Big old peg. Open it up, push down, close it up, and then just kind of push it into place. Like that. And yeah, it holds on pretty good. And like I said, grabs onto fools pretty well, but the ratchet in the elbow isn't the strongest. Now, as I said, the left arm can detach, but so can the right. You have to get your finger in here or get a spudger in here and pop that panel open, and then wiggle the dino head or Tyranno head off, and then you have a figure that has two hands. And guess what? Those two hands open and close. Who'da thunk it? Unfortunately, the holes in the hands are bigger than 5 mil, so anything Transformers-wise does have a tendency to just flop around, unfortunately, which is a shame. I would have really liked it if that was exactly a 5 mil port. It looks like it's going to be, but there's so much more clearance there on the hand, as you can see, which, that's a shame. Poseability for our purple friend is actually pretty good. Head is on a ball joint, and it wiggles all about. It's also a swivel joint. Then a ratcheted swivel in the shoulder. Then there is a hinge that is ratcheted as well. Then there is a plastic, there is a plastic ratcheted elbow joint in both elbows. It doesn't make any sound. And then fist swivel. There is torso swivel, but here is an issue I have with the figure. There is this clip for the transformation. You push it in. It does not stay pegged in. I mean, I could just wiggle it about and it'll pop off. But torso is ratcheted. You can't hear it, but it is ratcheted. Oh, and speaking of ratchets, there are ratchets forward and back on the hips, and then in and out on the hips, though the in and out poseability greatly hampered by this shoulder piece, or this hip armor, but that is on a double hinge and a ball joint. And then the legs are on swivels at the thigh, and then ratchets in the knees. And there is a ratchet in here at the ankle, but it doesn't make any noise. Well, sort of. No, it doesn't make any noise. And then a ball joint at the toe. So there's a lot of potential for poseability here. Like, I'm serious. Like, I just can't get over that a $30 figure has more ratchets than any other figure I've purchased this year from the Transformers side. Now, all my gushing aside, there are some real issues here with this figure. The first of which is, as I showed you earlier, the torso comes unplugged. The other issue I have has to do with the backpack. It doesn't peg in. There's nowhere to peg it in. It doesn't latch into place. It doesn't peg into place. It just flops about a bit. And then there's the chest. If you pull forward or pick up too hard, the chest comes undone. I really wish bits on the torso either pegged in at all or pegged in better. And I think this is all due to the plastic that has been chosen for this figure. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's get into the transformation. To start off with, come to the dino head, fold it all the way up, then reach underneath, and there are these panels right here that will fold in. And it's very hard to see, but there are little slots in the bicep that this will peg into, and that will hold the dino head in place. And then take the arm, tail, and kind of put it back, and well, that's that. Come to the front of the figure, pull the chest forward, flip the head inside, close it up, and then we could take the backpack, flip it up and over, and then it'll peg into place there. Next, for the torso and crotch, take the entire dino and turn it so that the dino head is pointing forward to where the front of the crotch is. Come down to the crotch and push on it to flip it open. Come to the back skirt armor, flip that down, and then grab the legs and split them apart like that. Now, this is the fun part. Take the entire upper torso and hips, come to that tab that won't stay pegged in, flip it, unflip it, flip the hips back, and allow the legs to drop down like this. Now, what we want to do is we want to first close these purple bits up, then flip the legs up, and there are two pegs on either side of the what is the figure's left shoulder, where the tail is, that the hips will peg into. And this is, by far, the biggest problem I have with the figure, because the plastic here for the shoulder pad is very soft. It is incredibly soft. And yes, the hips will peg in with no problem. The problem is they don't peg in that far. Then we can bring the legs around, and what I like to do, you see, just pulling it a little bit unpegs them. Not what I like to do, but what you're supposed to do is fold the leg up, and there's a peg and a peg hole inside the thigh. Slot that into place and bend the knee, and then do that for the other side. Bring that up, slot it into place, and bend the knee down. And then you can, if you want, you can leave the panels or the armor on the thighs out, but the directions say they want you to fold it in, at least as far as it'll go. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just get it folded in like that. And then fix the legs again, because as soon as you move anything, they fall apart. Dang nabbit. The only other thing to do is curse profusely and get those hips back on and fold out the front arms. And then we end up with a very, very nice purple dinosaur mode. And here is the head of the dino, and then there's that blaster in its mouth. Unfortunately, the blaster has a tendency to point downward, but well. Overall, I think it looks really good. Like, really good. I absolutely love the way this murderous purple dinosaur looks. And just the styling works well. It definitely has what I would consider like transmetal vibes to it. Like if instead of a realistic dinosaur like this guy, it was more Cybertronian in nature. That's what I think this looks like, and I kind of like it better than Beast Wars Megatron's original purple dinosaur mode. Now, obviously, it's not without its flaws, and neither is this thing. But it looks so cool. As long as you don't fiddle with it too much in this mode, it's just pretty darn good. Again, the problem I have with it is those hips will not stay pegged in, and it's down to the fact that the plastic is just too damn soft. Now, in terms of poseability, you do have some. There is the movement of the knees, and then the ball joint and hinge in the ankles. And then you've got the moves, and the purple dinosaur tail can move a little bit if you get creative. The head does move about quite a bit. It's got an okay range of motion. Mouth open and closes, and I love the fact that they painted those teeth. Those teeth are nice, bright, and shiny. And then the arms do move, and you've got the whole movement of the shoulder there. Kind of wish that locked into place. It's just a hinge. Unfortunately, these do not move on their own. So, in terms of looks great. I just wish I could hold it together, or it would hold together better, like those tips. Now, size comparison wise, it is a lot bigger than Beast Wars Megatron. It is. And I think this kind of sums it up a little bit better. Hold on, let me get it back on the spinny thing. Now, I realize I do have some mistransformation going on with Megatron there. That's one of the reasons I've never reviewed that figure. I absolutely hate it in dinosaur mode. It's so annoying. But I can't argue with the overall... no, I can argue with the overall aesthetic of this. But I'm not reviewing this. I'm reviewing the other one. I really like this big purple thing. If the plastic was just better, it would hold together much better. That's my real only complaint. And I do have another complaint about it in robot mode. There are swivels below the elbow for the forearms, and that really does make posing it a little bit weird. But overall, I like it. I wish on those arms the swivel was above the elbow, but that's just me. Yeah, in dinosaur mode, it's pretty good. And in robot mode, it's pretty good. $34 and you get a pretty stonking big figure. It's not as good as some of the Transformers, but I don't expect it to be at that price point. Okay, that's a lie. I do at $34 expect it to be a little bit better. The biggest issue I have is these stupid hips in dino mode. If there's just a way to make this plastic on the shoulder better. Well, whatever. Not much I can do about it. But, transformation, pretty good. Fun factor, pretty darn good. There are some complaints that I lined out for you, but overall, I think it's worth a purchase. And I would really, really love for some customizers to get a hold of this thing and really give it some love, because I think this thing could shine if a little bit of customization happened. I could see my buddy Grimlockamus getting a hold of this thing and giving it a really thorough new paint job, which would be cool. I don't think he could fix the plastic. I would love it if he could, Cam, but I overall, I can't hate it. I really, really don't. It's just fun. A quick size comparison of Voyager class, Cone Seeker thing, the Fallen, and Studio Series Devastator. Bigger than a leader? Smaller than a combiner? Maybe roughly Commander class? It doesn't fit in the throne. 0 out of 10. Overall, I think it's totally worth picking up, warts and all. It's fun. So folks, let me know what you think of Tyrannosaurus Warrior down in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. I have been Baltmatrix, and I will catch you all next time.